Hi there everyone, this is Adrien, the exercise specialist at the Leduc Beaumont Devon Primary Care Network. Hope you all are doing well today. For today's video, I thought I would actually take you guys through a general progression scheme to do push-ups. And I do push-ups starting from the least challenging way and then made more and more challenging and more dynamic. So push-ups in general are a fantastic upper body pushing movement, right? It's a push-up. So when you do a push-up, you're using a lot of the muscles in your upper chest, your shoulders, and your triceps. As well, depending on how dynamic the movement is, you're using a bit of lats, a bit of your serratus muscles, as well as stabilizing in your core. So there are lots of different ways to do push-ups, and I thought I'd just take you guys through, starting as easy as possible and working to as difficult as possible. Just to show you guys a bunch of different varieties, as push-ups are a very common exercise, and just ways to make them a little easier or a little more difficult as you see fit. So as usual, if you're new to physical activity, if you're returning to physical activity from a long layoff, or if you have a medical condition that might make doing physical activity difficult, please consult with a physician prior to beginning any new exercise program. Thank you. So, to begin, the first push-up that I will show is a push-up I show in so many of my videos, which is the wall push-up. Obviously, with a wall push-up, we're up against the wall here, and we're just pushing out. The further we have our legs away from the wall, the more difficult it is as we're increasing our angle, right? The further we go, harder it is. The closer we go, easier it is, right? So that's always the easiest starting position for a push-up for people to do. As you gradually progress from there, the next option would be a push-up from your knees. So we can get people down on their knees. So you're here on your knees, and you put your hands out, and you see, I'm trying to make roughly a straight line from my shoulders to my hips to my knees. Not too rounded, you can't hit, not too arched. So I'm here on my knees, going to come down, arms tucked in my sides, and back up. Down, and up. The next progression from there, actually, is to do push-ups with a slightly elevated surface. So from there, take an elevated surface, like I'm using a box here. Once again, knees are flat on the ground, roughly straight back, down, and up, down, and up, down, and up. Moving on from there, we can go to your standard bread and butter, regular push-up from your feet. So my feet are together, arms are roughly shoulder width apart, sometimes a little bit wider. Come out, we get into position, keep our core nice and tight. We come down to where our chest is just above the floor, and back up. Down, back up, down, back up. So that's your standard push-up. If you want to make your push-up a little more difficult or a little more dynamic, you can use something like a medicine ball. Or for example, you can do a push-up with the medicine ball in one of your hands. So you're going down, up, and you switch sides, down, up. Make it more dynamic because now you're not doing push-ups on the same level surface. Muscles are being used a little bit more unilaterally, sorry. So one side's being used more than the other. So that would be the next progression. Moving on from the actual dynamic progressions, we can talk about the different grips we do push-ups. So a standard push-up, if you were to look at me from underneath, is arms roughly shoulder width apart here. Roughly shoulder width apart, elbows tucked in your side, out and in. You can make it more difficult by bringing your elbows out. These aren't really standard or good quality push-ups. You see a lot of people doing like this or even up here. So you can't do it this way. It does work the muscles differently, but they're not proper and also the safest way to do push-ups. So the safest way is arms tucked into your side, nice and strong, boom, boom. If you think about it, if you're throwing a punch, right, you throw from close in here. You don't go here and throw punches. It's not as powerful as you're tucked inside to throw punches, right? So same thing for your push-ups. Straight lines are where the easiest way to apply force through something. It's the most efficient. So the last two variations to make push-ups harder are to start elevating your feet. So you see, we started like this, my head and my feet. Where the higher up our head is, the easier it is, and we go down to flat, and now we're raising up our feet to make it more difficult. So I have my platform here, so I'm to put my feet on my platform here,
So now my feet are elevated, so now I have more weight in my hands. Same thing flat, we go down and up, down and up, right? So it's a simple way to make a push-up more difficult. You can continue to increase the elevation of your feet to make it more difficult. For some people, they go all the way up to what's called a handstand push-up. So you're doing a handstand either against a wall or free without anything, where you're, doing a handstand and you're doing push-ups. I don't feel comfortable doing those. I'm not very good at them. So I'm not going to show those to you. Plus, I don't want to knock anything off my wall or fall onto Coach Luna today. And she's watching me just off a camera as per usual. The next way, and probably the final way that you can make things more difficult, is by adding weight onto your body. So that's adding things like a weight vest or something along those lines. Just another way to add some extra weight to your body. So those are the general ways to progress through a push-up scheme to try and make things more and more challenging for you until you find that the kind of right level for you. If you notice you're able to knock out 20 or 30 really kind of consistent proper push-ups, whichever one you were doing, without much effort, it's probably a good time to try and progressing it to one of the more challenging versions. Push-ups are a fantastic upper body movement. Like I said, work all of your pushing muscles again, so the chest, shoulders, and triceps, as well as some stabilizing muscles of your core, your serratus, your lat muscles. Just a fantastic overall upper body movement. So I hope you guys found that helpful. If you have any questions, post them down below. My name is Adrien. I'm an exercise specialist at the Leduc Beaumont Devon Primary Care Network. Thank you so much and have a great day.